We're now with the Executive Director of World of Difference, Maurice Lockhart. Welcome, Maurice. Good to have you with us on the Beaufort News.
It's nice to be here, ma'am.
Maurice, let's talk a little bit about World of Difference. What all do you do? Who do you serve?
Okay. World of Difference is a nonprofit organization that has been exempt, 501c3, that services the entire community and surrounding areas with food. Our ultimate goal is to show love throughout the community and bridge a gap between the agencies, employers, first responders with the community. Each week we service approximately 400 to 500 individuals with groceries, meats, dairy, produce, and non-perishable items. We have a good turnout, and hopefully we can continue on doing work and try to help others.
Right, Maurice, so if a community, someone wants to volunteer or provide some support, how do you do that? You know, what could we do?
Well, they can normally when patrons or individuals would like to participate, they can just come in and fill out an application. Once they fill out the application, we'll do an orientation to get everybody on the same note instead of the same sheet of music, and then they can participate. We do not schedule people to volunteer. It's because we want to keep the atmosphere with love, and we don't want them to come in as obligated as a duty. So we allow them to come in and then they can participate. There's no stipulations after they do the orientation.
Very good. Now you have a fall community expo coming up, and give us the date and a little bit about what will happen at the expo, Maurice.
Yes, ma'am. World of Difference in Lifehouse Church is hosting a fall community expo on October the 16th, 2019 from 2 to 7. Right now we have over 20 agencies, 4 employers, first responders, and the community will come out. Hopefully we're going to provide 15 pallets of groceries, so the community is going to come out to receive. We have SE Works, Voc Rehab, Social Security Administration coming out, the fire department, police department, hopefully the mayor, the state of secretary should be coming out, hopefully. And other entities are coming out to participate to provide the programs that they have available.
Right, so it's a great opportunity for the community to connect with some of these organizations and agencies they might not be familiar with.
Yes, ma'am, and that's why we're trying to bridge the gap to restore, repair, and reconstruct the agencies, employers, first responders with the community so we can build the society in a better manner.
Wonderful. Thank you, Maurice Lockhart, who is with World of Difference. We appreciate your passionate work in this community. We are now in hurricane season, and Officer Hatchett with the Beaufort City Police Department will give us an update on hurricane preparations in Beaufort County. Welcome, Officer Hatchett.
Thank you, Robin.
Let's talk about a hurricane preparation guide. Does something like that exist?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have an example here, and this example is in Spanish, and this is the first time that we have in the state of South Carolina hurricane guide in Spanish as well. Every family in the state of South Carolina, because we on the coast, should have a plan to evacuate. We know that we are in the hurricane season, and hurricanes are the more devastating natural event that we have throughout the year. So we need to have a plan and we need to be prepared.
Right, Officer Hatchett, so where can someone find that guide?
That guide, you can find them in the EOC in every county. Every county has a EOC, which is the management, the officers of the management, and they have them posted, they have them in the office, and then also you can request it from the EOC from the state.
Very good. Now let's talk about evacuation routes. And for Beaufort County, according to the police department, what are you suggesting?
Well, every family should have an evacuation plan. Part of the plan for hurricane season is how you're going to evacuate and what location do you live. This primary focus should be on you, which is important, is what is the location that you live. Do you live in the southern borough or do you live in the northern borough of Beaufort County? And the hurricane guide, it shows you the route for the evacuation depending on the location that you live.
Okay, perfect.
So we can, again, get that information from the EOC, from the guide, from the website.
That's correct.
All right. Let's talk about communications. So you have the emergency response plan with the logistics, but there's also an important component, which is communication. Communication to the public, to the community about what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to go. So is there a specific communication plan?
The communication plan should be between the families, and the family members should be responsible to have a communication plan. And the plan should include how to listen to the social media, how to get the right information about the hurricane, evacuations, and emergency. Also, your communication plan should include how to communicate between the family members in case you get separated, in case you need to leave the town, evacuate, or in case you need to stay in town, how are you going to be communicating? One of the examples that you can use for communication would be the TV, the radio, cell phone, but a lot of time in hurricane season, the phone is not going to work. So we need to prepare to have like a shortwave radios, walkie-talkies, so the family be able to communicate between each other in case the family gets separated.
In our final few seconds, Officer Hatchett, will you talk a little bit about supplies? What kind of supplies we need to have, more specifically?
Supplies is is one of the most important part of the hurricane plan that you should have, because and a lot of the time is we plan to leave the town or evacuate, and then something happened and we're not able to leave the town. So we need to prepare to have a supply for when we leave town, and we need to have supplies in case we get stranded in the middle when we evacuating at the same time. And we need to have radios, we need to have water, we need to have medications, we need to have gasoline, we need to be prepared.
And coming up, we'll see some highlights from the Weld Branch and Battery Creek football game. Stay tuned.